What's up, guys? We're out here shed hunting right now. We're not like the biggest shed hunters in the world, so we're actually giving it a crack now. I want to get better at it and learn kind of how to find the shed, so we're trying it. We're out here in a burn. It's pretty old. It's a little bit old, but we know there's deer back here. We saw some does earlier, and there's a lot of tracks everywhere, so hopefully we can pick up some sheds. It's kind of thick, but I have a feeling if we stay persistent, we're gonna find them. I mean, we're out here in the rain right now. It was just pouring on us a second ago, but we're out here. Just got out, enjoying our time together, walking around the mountains, kind of getting a little exercise in because we've been quarantined like everybody else, just sitting on the couch all day. So we kind of getting antsy, needed to get up and move. So we're hiking in these mountains. I just did a big loop, probably like 1.5 mile loop, 2 mile loop, and we're still walking. So looks like a good area. Hopefully we can find some. There's some deer hide right there. That's pretty cool. Never really ran into that out here. I don't know if it was from a kill from a mountain lion or a hunter, because it's literally just one little patch of deer hair out in the middle of nowhere. So I'm gonna walk around here and see if I can't find if it was a lion kill or something. Maybe we'll get a dead head out of it. That'd be pretty cool. We got Juju with us today.
What's up?
Doing some hiking, getting some fresh air, so we're gonna look around.
All right, so obviously I'm out here too. Never really been into shed hunting. Love to hunt, you know, love fishing and everything, but shed hunting, it's never really piqued my interest. Right now we have nothing to do, nothing really to hunt. Couple of our fishing areas are closed, so we're like, we might as well try to go and do some shed hunting, but kind of weird. We're not in the best area for sheds, so we'll see what happens. If we find 1 or 2 sets, that'll be pretty cool. We normally find them when we go way up northern Nevada. We go on mule deer hunts. We ran across a couple elk sheds, couple mule deer sheds, but have never just gone out for sheds. So this is interesting. Let's see what we can do. If we find 1, we've succeeded. If we find 0, we've succeeded, because we're out here getting exercise. It's pretty fun, so we'll see what happens. What is it?
Shed season. It's just cool, this deer trail right here. We're kind of walking these deer trails, seeing if they're dropped along it or anything, but I just thought this was cool. You could tell where the deer have been jumping this log. It's all scratched up from when their hooves are hitting and everything, and it's pretty cool. It's a whole burnt thing, and it's all smooth, and then you can see where it's scratched where their hooves are hitting as they're jumping and stuff. Another thing to keep in mind is that if you guys are coming out to shed hunt, Nevada actually has a shed season. So I think it opens May 1st for a lot of counties. They break it down by county. So a couple counties like the one we're in right now, it's open year-round to shed hunting, but there's a couple mainly along like the eastern side and northern sides of Nevada that open May 1st and close December 31st, I think. Don't take my word completely for that. We're gonna have to double check, but we're here completely legal in Nevada. This county, you could shed hunt all year long, so that's what we're doing. There's not extremely high deer densities here, but there is some pretty nice bucks. So
You got the
I brought out
gators.
Brought out my jeans, so I said I'm gonna wear the gators, and you can see it's doing its job, not getting me scratched up and keeping me clean.
All right, let's go get a shed. One shed, I'll be more than happy. We saw some deer out here earlier. We'll insert the footage here. When we were driving out here, we saw some. So this is the footage you're looking at. It was 4 does. This doe you're looking at right here, I mean, it needs a dang haircut or something. Looking rough.
Literally looked old. See, its ears were all chewed up. It might have been attacked by a coyote or something, chewed up and weird looking. Yeah. What if we get up on this one and glass there? Or is this a good point to? This
one's a good point.
Okay, we'll check that one out.
We split up. Adrian's to my right, Julian's over here to the left somewhere, and we're just looking around. I'm gonna put in 4 or 5 miles. If we can actually find deer, then it's a really good sign, because they dropped their sheds not too long ago and they're still hanging around the same area.
Fresh deer sign. Like that stuff pretty much, bet you if I grabbed it and squeezed it, I could squeeze a drop out of it. But yeah, very fresh deer sign. So we're gonna look around. I'm getting even more excited. It's kind of like, I feel like we're in a good area now.
All right guys, I'd say about 3 miles in, not even a glimpse of a shed. But like I said in the beginning, it's good exercise. It's good to get out here and breathe some of this fresh air. We will keep you posted if we find anything.
It's starting to rain. I mean, it's kind of bad, but we're gonna still look around a little bit. But if it gets a little worse, we might have to head out. But we're gonna still try. It's just hard to shed hunt when it's raining because it gets all over your binos and stuff. Makes it tough.
I hate walking up to the top of a hill thinking it's gonna be open on the other side, just to notice that there's another hill. What'd you find?
Found my first thing actually from a deer other than poop this whole trip. Deer leg. It's only taken about 8 miles of walking and a lot of boot wear to find a deer leg.
That's a buck too.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna walk around here. You think that was killed by a hunter or?
No, look at that. That looks like a buck because it has the big. Oh, maybe the deadhead's around here.
That's what I'm thinking. Kind of looks chewed on at the tip. I'm gonna walk back and forth around here a little bit and see if there's not a deadhead somewhere.
In order to find good sheds, and the closest place is like 4 hours from Vegas. If you want to like find good sheds in thick areas.
All right, guys, we walked around for probably a while, probably like 8 miles, but we didn't find anything. That's how it works sometimes. But we're gonna go ahead and head home. I'll see you back at my house.
It looks like a coyote, doesn't it? A little fox or something.
We went out shed hunting. I actually wanted to show you guys really what we were looking for because we didn't really find any. So I don't know if some people are watching this because some people actually don't know that every single year they drop deer drops its horns. It's called a shed. So I'm actually gonna color one of these up because I didn't find any sheds. I'm gonna show you some of the sheds I have, and then I'm gonna actually try to recolor one of these to make it look realistic. So we're gonna use coffee grounds, and this should make them look a little fresher, kind of like it just fell off of the deer head instead of all bleached white. These are some of the sheds that we found before. That's a nice one, just a little 4-point. It's got a cool mass though, and he's actually like, it's like a triangle right here. It's flat, flat, flat. So he's actually unique. My dad found this one when we went up north. This one is cool because it was like in some tall grass, so you could even see some of its natural color right here. Still stayed brown, and the back side's a little white. And then this is one I found on a deer / elk hunt my dad had, and you guys can see he has some massive backs. His fronts are small, but his backs are huge. You see, there's my hand, just massive back. So these are what we were looking for, and obviously, of course, some elk sheds. Those would have been nice. We found a couple of those. One thing that you want to do if you're going to recolor the antlers, you want it to be a little fresh. Like this one is going to turn out to be the best product because it's already kind of, there's no cracking in it. There's a little bit of cracks in it, but it's got a nice coloring to it. It's already still a little brown and everything on the tips and the base, so this one's going to turn into the best product. This one will still turn out nice. It's just a little old, as you can see there's some cracks in it. And then this one's probably going to turn out to be the not as good product because it's really old. I mean, when I rub it, it rubs off some of the horn onto my fingers. So I'm probably going to do this one right here. We're going to go ahead and get started on it. What the heck? Thing's shooting at me. Does not want me to grind like coffee. Just shot a whole bunch of steam at me. Here we go. Perfect. I forgot to mention too when I was inside, I just came outside, but I forgot to mention when I was inside that I got a haircut. A lot of you guys probably, when we switch from out in the field to here, we're probably like, what the heck, look a little bit different. But all this is going to be super simple. All you need, obviously, like I said earlier, is a shed. I've got coffee grounds right here. You can just use any old coffee grounds, and then an old toothbrush, you know, and then also like some sandpaper, like that wire mesh stuff will work great. But I'm not going to use that right now. That's just so you can go back after you dye the entire antler. With the coffee grounds, that's just so you can go back and touch up, you know. An antler's not just all dark. It's got little light spots on it and stuff too, but we'll probably do that later. As of right now, I'm just going to recolor this horn just so it looks cool, and we're going to see how it turns out. But all you're going to do is you get your horn here with the coffee, I'm gonna grab some of it, and then you put it on the horn and just rub it in. As you can see there, it's already getting darker, but this is what the toothbrush is for. So after you rub the whole horn around with this coffee grain, you can this is so you can clean all those coffee grains out of it. Just makes it easier, so you don't have to be blowing on it and rubbing it with your fingers trying to get all the coffee grains out. You just scrub it with this and they'll all come out and clean it. So you can see in just this little section I did just from that little bit of rubbing, see how much it changed the color of the horn? That is more of what a natural horn looks like. So it went from this white to that just in a matter of seconds. Not too much of a coffee person, but I figured that would be suiting to drink some coffee while I do this. But we're pretty much almost done here. We're pretty much almost done here. As you can see, I'm getting the majority of the horn already. I just got nothing but really the tips to do, and it's turned out cool. Actually, I really like how it's turned out so far. I'm gonna go ahead and keep rubbing this stuff in, and we'll just see. We'll see. I don't think I'm gonna need the wax paper. I've actually heard people say, depending on the type of coffee grounds you get, is also the color of that it'll dye the horn. This one's not making it super dark, and I can kind of see why. They said you need like a fresher horn to get a better product, and I'll show you guys after. Every single little crack in this horn kind of amplifies and gets darker, and you can see it a little more. So that's something to keep in mind, but realistically I'm liking how the product's looking so far. All I'm doing is getting a really big pinch of this coffee, putting it on the horn, and then you just kind of rub it in. Now this coffee ground, we've already used it to make coffee. I'd recommend that because it's got to be moist and everything. So pretty much after you make coffee out of it and you don't have a use for it anymore and you're throwing it away, you could save it and do this with it. Alright, so we got this whole horn brown now. As you can see, it's all brown. So what we're going to do is we get this toothbrush and we're just going to clean it off. Clean off all these areas where there's coffee ground still left. You guys can see there all that coffee ground. Let's see if I can, yeah. All that coffee grounds in these burrs. You just give it a good brush and it all comes out. So now I'm done. Obviously you see it made a big old mess, so I'm gonna have to clean that up. But here's the final product. This horn went from white to brown now. Now normally when you have like a piece of sandpaper, that wire mesh I was talking about, in these darker spots or like areas, you know, where it's usually going to be a little bit brighter of a horn, you can kind of sandpaper away some of that dark spots or some of this darkness and kind of give it a more natural look. Because not the entire horn is going to be one color. It's going to kind of have brighter spots and darker spots. But like this part actually turned out really nice. That's more of what a natural horn is going to look like. It's going to have a nice, kind of like the deeper spots in the horn, because the horn is real like textury, and the deeper spots is going to be darker, and then the the more pushed out spots is going to be a little brighter. But with these older horns, like I was talking about, let's see if I can get that to focus. In these cracks in the horn, that coffee ground kind of goes inside of them and makes them darker, and they're a little bit easier to see. But let's bring this into the sunlight. That's that final product. So looks good. Looks like a brown horn now. We're gonna go ahead and walk inside and compare it to what the other ones look like now. Alright, so we're gonna compare what it looks like now versus pretty much what it used to look like, because that other big 4-point shed that I got is just as white as that one used to be. So let's see if it made a good difference. Let's check it out. So these are the two horns right here. This is the one that I just colored up. As you guys can see, it's brown everywhere now. Looks a little more natural. There's some spots, I mean, it looks a little weird because it's all the exact same color. What are you doing over here? Over here, gonna throw up on me or something? Normally I'd get the sandpaper and probably touch up areas like this, make it a little bit brighter. But it looks good. I'm actually really satisfied with how that looks just from coffee grounds. Let me know if you guys would like to see me do this again, because I actually have a big deadhead in we actually have a big deadhead in my garage. I'm gonna show you guys right now. That would actually look really cool if we did that to it. we found this deadhead on that same deer hunt and elk hunt that I found that big 4-point shed I was talking about earlier. So this is cool. It's actually still in very good condition, so if I do coffee grounds on this, it'll probably turn out to be a really nice product. I'll have to probably boil those heads or boil all this stuff off the skull and stuff, or clean it up one way or another. But this, I mean, there's no cracking in the horn. It's just a nice hard white horn. So this will actually take to the coffee grounds really nicely. We kind of found it tucked up under a tree, so it never really got sun beat too bad. So this actually will turn out really nice. It's a nice buck. Let me know if that's something you guys would be interested in. A deadhead restoration video. That'd be a perfect one I can make here in quarantine. Nice and easy, and I think it'd make a really cool video. I almost forgot we had this. It was kind of buried in our garage, and it actually would look really nice. I think that this would look cool on our wall. So let me know if you guys want to see that deadhead restoration project. See if we can make this deadhead come to life and look amazing. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Maybe we'll get out and do a little bit more shed hunting if you guys like that. Shed season for the whole state of Nevada is actually going to open pretty soon, and I've got some spots that I'm pretty sure we can go pick up some sheds, at least a couple deer sheds or something, maybe even a couple elk sheds. So that'd be cool to check out. And once again, let me know if you want to see that deadhead restoration project. That'd actually be really cool, I think. And other than that, we're probably going to do like a sit down and actually talk about stuff recently. I mentioned that in the last video also. So go ahead, comment down any questions you guys have with anything about us or the outdoors or any of that stuff. And I'll take the ones from last video and this video, and we're going to make a video pretty soon about that. Kind of just sitting at a desk or something and talking, just me, Juju, and Senior. So other than that, thanks for watching. If you guys try this out, let me know. I want to know if you guys try out the coffee ground method, because I know there's a lot of shed hunters that watch the channel and love finding sheds and stuff. But let me know if you guys try it out. Maybe if you post something on Instagram, TikTok, anything, go ahead and tag us in it. We'll go over and like your posts and stuff, maybe drop a comment, and I just would love to see it. But other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you outdoors.